Here's another folktale collected by Zora Neale Hurston called The Orphan Boy and Girl and the Witches. An orphan boy and girl lived with their grandmother, and one day she had to go on a journey. The little girl got sick, and her brother had to go and search for food for the both of them. After he was gone, the girl felt stronger, so she decided to get out of bed. When he came back, he found her walking around the house. "Why'd you get out of bed?" he asked. She said she got out of bed because she smelled some witches about. Now, being her older brother, he just laughed at her and said, "Go on over there and go eat some yams." So they started eating, and sure enough, as soon as they did, three witches entered the room. These witches wanted to eat the kids all at once, but they begged them to wait until their grandmother got home at sundown. Well, those impatient witches didn't want to wait, but they said they'd give them some time if they went down to the spring and got them some water. So the boy and girl did just that. The witches gave them sieve to fill up with some water, and they told them if they didn't return immediately, they would be eaten on sight. When they got to the spring, they dipped and dipped the sieve into the water, but it wasn't filling up. It was as if it was just running out. That's when they began to panic because they could see the three witches in the distance coming, and their teeth were longer than their lips at this point. The two became terribly frightened, and that's when the brother said, "Let us run and jump into the water. We can go across the deep river. They can't catch us." Children ran as fast as they could, and they saw the witches coming up on them even quicker. The witches were running so fast they made a dust cloud so big that it blocked the sun. The little girl ended up falling, and that's when they realized they'd never make it to the river in time to beat the witches. So they decided to climb a tree instead. Witches came to the foot of the tree and smelled the blood of the children. They gathered an axe and came back and began to chop down the tree. The little girl yelled out, "Block eye chip, block eye chip." And the pieces that the witches would chop off from the tree would fly back and hit the witches in the eye. That's when the boy called for his dogs. "Hail, Counter Jack! Hail, Counter Jack!" Now the witches at the end of the tree began to mock the children and said, "Ooh, Witcher! Ooh, Witcher! Ooh, Witcher!" The boy replied, "Hail, Counter Jack!" And the witches replied, "Ooh, Witcher! Ooh, Witcher!" The little girl said, "Black Eye Chip! Black Eye Chip!" As the tree began to topple, the kids got scared, but the boy kept calling for his dog, "Hail, Counter Jack! Hail, Counter Jack!" And the sister would say, "Black Eye Chip! Black Eye Chip!" And naturally, the witches would say, "Ooh, Witcher! Ooh, Witcher! Ooh, Witcher!" That's when the little girl said, "Do you see the dogs coming yet?" The brother said, "No, not yet." And he called again, "Hail, Counter Jack! Hail, Counter Jack!" Didn't see the dogs coming at all. So he began to sing, "I'm a little fellow down here by myself for an hour." Sister replied, "Black Eye Chip! Black Eye Chip!" Now the dogs were tied down at home, but they heard the boy calling. But unfortunately, they were tied down. Grandmother was already back home, but she went to sleep. She was exhausted from her journey. But she did wonder where her grandchildren were. Didn't even hear the dogs go whining trying to get to her grandchildren. That's when a fast running black snake ran into the house and smacked the grandmother with the tail to let loose the dog so it could go rescue the children. The little boy kept singing, "I'm a little fellow here by myself for an hour." And the sister kept replying, "Black Eye Chip, Black Eye Chip." The boy would say, "Hail, Counter Jack, hail, Counter Jack." And the girl would say, "Black Eye Chip, Black Eye Chip," all while the witches were mocking them. "Ooh, Witcher, ooh, Witcher." By that time, here come the dogs, just as the tree was falling. Boy and girl were so glad to see the dog. He told one dog, "Unalive 'em, unalive 'em, I said, now." The other one, "Suck their blood." He told the last one, "Eat their bones." And according to Hattie Reeves, who lived on the island of Grand Command, by that time she left, so she doesn't know what happened with the rest of the story. So, what do you guys think about that? Was that a first-hand account or was that a folk tale? I guess we'll never know.